Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Hitman Freelancer and to the Common Sense Challenge, which we'll discuss momentarily. First we need to discuss mods, because I've added a few. I've added the Blossom Fest mod. It adds a few bits of furniture around the safe house and a few cool new weapons and whatnot. It's a sort of fundraising mod. It's been designed so that people can request additions to it and such, and donate to a GoFundMe to get their additions in the game, such as some of these Blossom themed weapons and stuff. It's kind of tied in with the Blossom Ninja mod, which is different but related, which gives you this nice pink ninja outfit. The reason I've added this mod is because it gives us a new version of Hokkaido, the Blossom Festival, for Freelancer Variations, because that has been updated as well. Kevin Rudd and his collaborators have got a version of it running for the latest version of Hitman. I'm on version 1.10.1 and hopefully everything's going to run smoothly and it'll be very exciting to have our variants back. We also have another mod which adds another variant. If you want to know what that is right away, you can have a look in the description where I'll be listing the mods as normal. Other than that, we can wait and see, and maybe that variant will pop up at some point. It'll be a nice surprise. Finally, there is one additional mod. I've complained in the past about how I don't like levels that have only got one target on, which you often get in levels 1 and 2 of the campaign. So I popped onto the Discord and they had a mod requesting section on the Glacier modding Discord, and I asked for a mod and someone whipped it up within a day or two. Thank you very much, Minnow. Hopefully that means we will never get a single target mission once again. But enough mod talk, let's talk about the Common Sense Challenge. It's named after the Common Sense achievement from Slay the Spire, where you complete a campaign using only common cards. We are going to be trying to complete a full campaign using only common items. So, no lockpicks, they're rare. No silenced guns, they're all rare at the very least. It's going to be exciting, and not too restrictive. We've done quite restrictive ones recently, but this one we've got a bit of flexibility at least. That's an update for Freelance Variations. It tells us now which variants we might get. So we might get Ambrose, or we might get Sierra Cantante in Cuba. We might get Colorado, or we might get the Carpathian Mountains if we go for a bit of organ trafficking. Where haven't we been recently? Yeah, let's go sick games. Ambrose / Sierra Cantante, Marrakesh, and Whittleton Creek. 2. Excellent. It looks as though Minnow's mod is working, because all 3 of these levels have 2 targets. So that's just fine and dandy. And given as Ambrose / Sierra Cantante is over here, you've got to believe it's the Cuban variant and not the Ambrose variant. Otherwise it'd be down there somewhere. No sign of Hawke's Bay having a dot. I don't know if that's relevant to anything. Let's start with Whittleton Creek, perhaps. One other thing we're going to have to consider with Common Sense is that a lot of the prestige objectives are going to be very difficult. Like collateral kill firearms. I guess we can line up 2 people with a shotgun, but it could be tricky. If we get melee kill epic, sniper kill epic, anything like that, can't do any of that. Timed silent takedown is an option. Or silent assassin no firearms. What do you say, Wick Creek? You say melee weapon kill, 1 disguise, poison target sedative. How does poison work with Common Sense? The syringes, the regular syringes, are common. This is good. Karma and Seeker can't be used during this campaign because they're rare. Chloroform's also rare. Poison vials are fine, poison pills are not. And Handyman Wrench and Professional Screwdriver will be fine, so that's good. Oh, titanium crowbar is common. I thought that was also rare, but it's not. So we'll bring the crowbar for lockpicking. We'll bring the screwdriver for melee weapon kill. We might want to bring sedative poison vial and sedative syringe just in case. One other downside to common sense is that the common items often have larger inventory sizes, so that could make life difficult for us. No firearms I'm willing to take because any guns that we can bring, I'm pretty sure any guns that we can bring, at least, yeah, they're all common. As soon as you get into the silence guns, they are in fact rare. Oh, wait a minute. The Hawk 2-1 covert. It's common. Well now, I didn't realise we were going to have a common pistol that we could use. That makes life somewhat easier. But we're not going to rely on it for this mission because we're doing Silent Assassin, no firearms. Anything else we might desperately require? Let's just have a quick check of the left-hand briefcase. We can bring breaching charges and whatnot. Do we bring an oil canister just in case the target smokes? They're probably not going to. Let's just see how we get on. Okay, Variations is working because this is not a daytime version of the map. Yeah, looks like it's a better pill. Oh, and Galen Voles is one of our targets. What the heck? And Ramon Dries as well. How does one deal with Galen? We're obviously going to need an outfit. Can we get past that camera? Do we need to get past that camera, or can we just throw something at it? Cool, so we're in. Don't think anyone is down here. Good. Just a bunch of Atlantide. Now, who could we lure? Huh? And would it help us if we lured them? Because they're just a deputy by the look of it. Let's grab that keycard. Don't know if it helps. There is a security door here that it does allow us to open. Doesn't seem to be much going on in here. Ah, we could turn off a fuse box though. That lures down someone. Hopefully it's someone who comes from inside the house and not from that door we cracked open. Yeah. Okay, so we've got a friend coming down. Down he goes. Pretty sure we've got a house key there, which could help. Is anyone else going to come down and investigate that fuse box though? Because this man is not giving us an outfit. Right, Galen's making his way down his stairs, I think. Is that a good time to turn off the fuse again? What does it even do? Is it just connected to this door? Certainly looks like it. So deputies are allowed in this house. I don't know if they're allowed in Janus's house. I don't think so. So somewhere down the line we're going to be trespassing. We already are here. But yeah. Let's see, that got Galen's attention. Good.
I wonder what that could be.
What could that be? As soon as you stop paying attention, we'll try and lure you a bit further. Good. And then he's going to come down. We can't really get behind him, I don't think. Oh, maybe we could have slipped over there, but either way.
Oh, freaky.
He is going to turn around. Now we give him a prick. And we ready our screwdriver. Then we pop him in a box. Things are going alright. If we can get out of his property without problems, then we're halfway there and we've got our disguise left. So this man, he's annoying, but he's gone. Oh, no. Someone thinks they've seen us. They haven't in fact seen anything. Great. So we've got one disguise left. We've got another property to infiltrate. I feel like we can't get into it doing the usual method of sneaking in through the tunnel. So how, in that case, are we getting to it? I'm also fairly sure entering any of the gardens on this version of the map might be trespassing, so we'll take the long way round. Our man is now on the ground floor once again. They are a guard with a big gun on their back. Oh, frig. Which camera got us? Helen's. Although it still says Silent Assassin is fine. Why is that? Why is Silent Assassin fine? Now, is this man a good target for a bonk and an outfit change? Maybe.
Aha. Man, we have some weird noises. I'll have a look around.
Think that guy will see far enough? There might also be a bush in the way. Don't think that guy over there will see far enough. The jogger's just gone past.
Man? No.
Oh, brick. Although, it very briefly went compromised. Then it came back. Silent Assassin No Firearms hasn't broken. I'm confused as to why that apparently worked. But I'll take it. So there's nobody immediately around in there, which means we might be able to do a bit of that. Although now, of course, we can't get in. That's trespassing. Shouldn't have used my crowbar for that, should I? But that's fine, maybe? Because we can jump over this fence, and then this one. We're not trespassing. There is another camera though, which we might be able to evade. Okay. All sorts of FBI men around. But there's our crowbar. So what next? This shed has a box. Down you go, get in the box. Because we saw that our man goes in the garden, so... yeah. Bringing him in here is a possibility, maybe. He is an enforcer, but he does also go upstairs, doesn't he? Oh wait. Yeah, we could have gotten there as well. There is a Jenny in here. And there's room for 2 guards. Oh, there we go. We got our man. So we've used the old Nolan Cassidy guard trap on an FBI agent this time. Don't think anyone's going to bother us as we deal with him. So that's just great. crunch. Get in there. And it appears that... Oh no, we need a lockpick to get out of there. Okay. It appears that we're going to get away with everything though, because I'm just going to come out this way. Climb out this window. I'm not sure why being caught on that camera didn't break Silent Assassin No Firearms. I'm not sure why we were very briefly compromised and that didn't break it. If it was just the camera, I would say that the issue was probably to do with the surveillance system mod that attaches certain cameras to certain camera boxes. But because we temporarily got compromised when we failed to bash that guy from behind, and we still didn't lose Silent Assassin No Firearms, I'm just going to shrug and say, I don't know. What's happening? Is this trespassing? Yeah, it is. However, is anybody present except our supplier? I assume not, because you wouldn't put the supplier over here if you had to dodge a bunch of enforcers to get to it. And there's our concrete sniper rifle.
If you need more, you know where you can find me.
That can come back to base with us and then not get used because it's not common enough. This is one of the nighttime maps I really like because it's actually visible. You guys watching at home can see what's happening here. And that's always fun. I've heard that Colorado has now got a few more outdoor lamps added. So maybe nighttime Colorado might be a little less obscured. Might have to put it in the rotation just to see how it goes. I'll think about it. Either way, we say goodnight to Whistlesome Creek. And Silent Assassin did indeed survive because we got the full amount of treasure that we may have not deserved. Regardless, let's move on. Let's see if this is in fact Sierra Cantante rather than Ambrose. Eliminate guard's shotgun. No witnesses. Destroy surveillance recorder. There's only one way I know to get no witnesses when we've got a loud shotgun. Shotgun kill, epic. Submachine gun kill, epic. Those are not options. Time trial is an option. This could get loud and messy very quickly. What common shotties have we got? A bunch of them that are not silenced. Yeah, we have to go into the rares to get a silent shotty. I guess our thematic weapons are all too rare to be used, yeah. I don't know if there's any real difference between them. I'm not a huge fan of wooden stocks. So, Tactical Batoli or ICA. Let's go with the ICA Tactical Shotgun. On the basis that ICA made it, so it's probably half decent. And we'll go with the Covert Pistol that we're allowed to bring. We will bring Crowbar, Screwdriver, just in case we have to stab peeps. We don't really need much else. We want to get our 2 targets down within the first 4 minutes. And then if there are any witnesses, we'll just de-witness them. Okay, it's actually Ambrose, so that setting in Freelancer Variations that allows you to choose where things show up on the map doesn't necessarily tell you which way it's going to go. Just because you can change the Ambrose setting to Cuba doesn't mean it's going to be at Cuba. So that's promising that we've learned that. It's going to be tricky. We've got a bit of running to do to get to our targets. But we've got a silenced pistol, so maybe we can plink them. One of them... Oh god, one of them's in that hut. Oh, and I'm getting that bug again, where on Ambrose, you just keep walking in a certain direction sometimes. That's going to be a pain. Okay, you guys saw me put my briefcase down.
Looks like you forgot something, mister.
Yep, it's fine, I've got it now. Oh no, you've seen me. Why are there so many witnesses about? I don't need witnesses while I commit my dark deeds.
Give them all you got!
Shit.
Where is he? What's the little
There goes the
go?
briefcase.
Did you see him? Negative. Keep those eyes.
Either way, we've got another target that needs to be hit within time. And then we'll have to go back and try and find our briefcase. So, target roams around up there somewhere. How do we get up to them in the time limit? We come up here, and then we try and ping them while they have that conversation. No, they've gone. Cool. So, we've lost our shotgun, perhaps. We might be able to go back and get it. But time trial's done. We can now chill out.
Hey, sorry.
We can now do whatever we feel like. Getting a disguise could be good. Especially if we want to deal with the surveillance recorder. Which disguise would be best? It might be pirates that are going to pick up our briefcase and take it somewhere. Okay, so there's some guards who are on alert. Thanks to our antics. Don't really want to be going that way then. Don't want to be crossing that bridge. There is another way down. There it is. Oh no, that's just back this way. Yep. Angry guards. How many though? Couple. Probably don't want to mess with them.
Hey, are you into biochemistry at
Will
all?
you shut up about biochemistry? I don't care. Okay, those guys are chilling out now. That one's going up to bag and tag. That one's just chill. They've got assault rifles and such, so they are probably not carrying shotguns, which means we will need ours back. Let's go back and see if our briefcase has been moved yet. Okay, briefcase is just there, in fact. Cool. That was easier to retrieve than I expected. So where do we want to go for our shotgun-based crimes? And our recorder. Where is the recorder? Oh, it's in the cave, isn't it? I was going to say, where is the recorder for Noel Crest's dudes? But then I answered my own question. I feel like Akka's recorder will be easier to deal with, but Noel Crest's guys will be easier to shotgun. But maybe I'm wrong, because there's a guy over here who can easily be lured in and bashed. We could take his outfit and shotgun him. Yes, come this way, friend.
I just heard a strange noise. I'm gonna check it out. Stand by. Hey, bahar nikal, abhi.
And that's an outfit, which means we can at the very least carry a gun around.
You hear that? The shooter is around here somewhere.
Yeah,
Go
there they
find
are.
the bastard. On it.
You go find the shooter, wherever you are. I'm not quite sure where you heard that from. Could be everyone up there, in fact, because there might be multiple people that heard that. Based on the way they were looking alert. Someone around there definitely heard it, I think, but she is just a civvy.
Keep your eyes on the toy soldiers.
Ah, someone found the body. Well, there's another one for them.
You're gonna get killed, man. So move. Get out. Right.
And now here comes a sus boy. I was going to sneak up and deal with that guy too. Oh, here comes some more sus boys.
Hey, it's about to get clear.
We don't want any of their smoke right now, so let's come over here.
It's enough, man. We're dealing with a serious killer here. Talking multiple bodies here.
I suppose there's the guys on this beach around here. They ain't so bad. That one's an enforcer, yes. But this one isn't. So that's that objective out of the way. We carry on around. No one's any the wiser. And then we get into the compound. People are panicking in the compound. Some of them at least. That guard doesn't look as though they're panicking. No, they're pretty chill. Now, surveillance recorder is... where exactly? Oh. Had that weird button lag again. It's only Ambrose. I don't know if it's specific versions of Ambrose, but sometimes on Ambrose the game acts like I'm holding down a button for a long period of time when I am in fact just pressing it briefly. There's the recorder, okay. Can it be pinged from out here without witnesses? Yes. So it's all gone rather well. I don't think the supplier friend has anything left for us anymore. But it could potentially be worth seeing them on some levels, just in case they've got like a rare pistol or similar. But we are fairly close to an exit now, so probably best to just
Hey, think you can do that while dodging a bullet?
get to that.
No? Shut that shit up.
That guy seems a bit sus about us doing a bit of parkour, but that's fine. He just thinks we're a bit silly. He doesn't realise that we are in fact a highly trained killing machine. And that's Ambrose successfully navigated. Thus we arrive at our first showdown, and Silent Assassin is what's popped up because we can't do the epic guns. So Silent Assassin, poison target emetic, poison target dart gun, no combat. So we can't do poison target dart gun. That's just off the menu. So no perfect. We can, however, poison our target with emetics. They are dehydrated as well. This is good. We'll bring both syringe and pill. And Silent Assassin. I mean, Silent Assassin probably suggests drowning them, but we'll bring a gun just in case. I'm kind of curious. I want to kind of run into a recording device just to see if we lose Silent Assassin and have to regain it. That might help us establish if that was just a Wick Creek thing or if it's a more general issue. Black hair, hat, no glasses. Okay, it's night time. It's the house built on sand version, I think, rather than an elusive target version. Look out. So, our targets are mostly in front of us, I think. At least a couple of them spawn in front of us. And they're both
Surprisingly good.
black-haired hat wearers.
They'll buy anything.
So that's good.
But today,
But they are also both going upstairs though. That's bad. The others have also spawned together, so let's go and have a look at them. I'm thinking waiter outfit. Because if it is like an elusive target version of the map with Mr. Giggles up top there,
Hey, what's up?
a waiter outfit would allow us access to that area.
Huh. Okay.
You're dehydrated.
So I started to try it 5 by diet, so you can only take 5.
I wish my husband dressed half as well as you do.
Thanks. But compliments won't save you. If you eat a chocky bar, I'm poisoning your floating water bottle. You don't have a hat. So we've narrowed it down to 3. That's not great. Normally you can narrow it down a bit further, but we didn't really have time to look at tattoos on the other 2. Generally check their jewellery levels. So we'll just follow this one for a bit and see if she decides to eat something sweet and tasty. If she does, we'll go back and poison her drink. Might not even need an outfit at this rate because it looks to be in a spot where not many people are hanging out. There we go. She is indeed having some delicious chocolate. Where is she going to go though if she voms from over here? That's a question we haven't yet answered. And who would see us poison her drink? That army guy, maybe. This guy walking through, definitely.
Hey, how are you?
That suspect, probably not. So maybe an army man turns around, that's our time to strike. But now there's another army man coming down. Okay. So you've gone past and you've stopped. You've gone past and you've stopped. The floating water bottle is now a sickening trap for our friend. Where's she gonna go? Maybe to this bin. That would be unfortunate, but it's certainly possible. Although, would it be that unfortunate? Quick shank, dump in the box while no one's looking. Certainly could work. I'm kind of tempted to get that guy out of the picture by luring him over here and bonking him. But he's got a reasonably long route, so we're going to have time where she's still chucking and he is not on the scene. Now, if that guy is stood here, are you going to see anything exciting happening over there? I'm going to say no, just because there's a forklift in the way. But do we need to be careful? Also, what about you? You're just kind of chilling. You could see what's happening over there, couldn't you? But are you asleep? It looks like you're nodding off occasionally. But that's about it. If there's any doubt, we should probably just let her finish vomiting and then just deal with her somewhere else. She's currently up in a shop, by the look of it, having a meeting. Which means she'll probably fancy a drink soon. She might just go to the Shisha Cafe. She's not a million miles away from it. I was going to trigger a camera, wasn't I, for science? So let's do that. We have been recorded by a security camera.
Hi.
Ah,
Need
yeah.
anything? I'm sure I've got it. At a price.
So, Destroy Surveillance Recorder has popped up.
Take care now.
Supplier has nothing, as we thought. So whatever the issue was with Silent Assassin, the problem might be Whistleton Creek base rather than anywhere else. It might be Silent Assassin no firearms based. We haven't got enough information to really test it one way or the other. But it does seem as though the problem isn't going to follow us across every level, in every circumstance. So now, of course, I've got to destroy the surveillance recorder, whilst maintaining Silent Assassin.
Snail soup, snail soup. Soft.
But maybe we worry about that after we've dealt with our target. How are we going to get into the Shisha Cafe? We're just going to sneak in here, help ourselves to a pass, and sneak back out? Yeah, good. So we should be able to get into Shisha, okay. And then it shouldn't be too hard to grab a waiter outfit. And therefore it shouldn't be too hard to get into the back room where we can disable cameras. But we still wait for our friend to come back. It's taking her some time. I think she keeps getting distracted by other people or by other things. But I think now her let's go and have a drink mode has triggered, and that's why she's finally coming back over. The fact that we can't do poison target dart gun means that my beloved organ trafficking is not going to be a good choice of syndicate type for future rounds of Common Sense. Which is a shame. Arms trafficking could be fun, that could lead to some spicy events.
Oh god. Oh, I really don't feel good. Oh.
But yes, Lass is not feeling well. And she is coming this way. Could still be a side room, but I'm hoping it is Shisha Cafe bathroom. I don't think people come into this side room. It seems like she's not. So
You need to go somewhere else.
yeah, this is working out just fine.
Snail soup, snail soup. Soft and warm and just...
Down you go, madam.
Jeez.
Body's been found, but that's okay.
You've been in a bad accident, okay?
It was an accident. It's not going to lead to combat or anything like that, I don't think. Better not do.
Can somebody help me? Hey, I really need some help
Now,
here.
the guards, though.
You okay? What the hell is that?
Is this going to prevent us getting into the Shisha Cafe? Also, that woman is floating. Why are you floating, miss?
Greetings.
Right. Will you let me into the cafe?
I just need to see that invite, please.
Good man.
Green light. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. So that's step 1 on getting the recorder. This waiter might be step 2.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, you should go and deal with that distraction, my friend.
Yeah.
What? You almost spotted us.
Off you go.
You gonna turn it off? Yeah, you are. Good. I'm never quite sure about why it seems sometimes dots come above people's heads when they're dealing with distractions. Other times they don't. I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason. If there is, I haven't yet figured it out. Because, like, I don't think you get dots over people's heads in Nolan Cassidy's garage, for example.
Goddamn client. Jesus.
So it's all a bit funny. Okay, we're allowed in here. This is good. Are you coming in? You are. But you're going to bugger off again, right? Yep, you don't stay for long. Is that door closed? Yeah, good. So your man goes in a box. Oop, I don't want to blend in. I want to destroy the surveillance recorder. Now, it still says destroy surveillance recorder, but there aren't any others on this variant of the map, so I can't destroy any other surveillance recorders. Let's just double check that. Let's go back over to that camera that caused this, the initial one. If that camera is still there, then I think we've lost Silent Assassin just because we can't destroy any surveillance recorders that this camera relates to. Yeah, that camera's off. So the cameras are all off. I'm pretty sure they are all off. So we'll just have to see. I think we are going to lose Silent Assassin. But I'll double check when we get back to the complete screen. And I think the problem is the surveillance mod rather than anything else. Yeah, Silent Assassin failed even though we destroyed the recorder. Interesting. I feel like we can count that as a moral Silent Assassin victory, even if it's not a legitimate one. Money is effectively pointless to us at this point because we are pretty close to prestige. Ah, we can prestige right now. I could do it mid-campaign because we are doing the common sense challenge, so we don't need most of this gear, but we could use some bits here and there. Yeah, it's common sense, it's not bare knuckle, so we will press on without prestiging, I think. But where to? I did say arms trafficking could be a bit spicy, and those are 4 new maps. So why not? Why not a bit of arms trafficking? Let's just double check that they've all got at least... Ah, Bangkok only has 1 target, so I guess Minnow's mod isn't always re-rolling things so that we get more than 1 target. I'll have to bring that up in the Discord. It's also going to be tricky to do some of these challenges because we've got both assault rifle and shotgun, and we can't bring a small shotgun because they're all at least rare. Are there guards on Bangkok that hold either assault rifles or shotguns? Or are they all like pistol and submachine gun types? Shotgun would be the most likely of the two. Or do we just say, heck it, and bring both and see what happens? We could do that. We got a safe. So that's probably the best bet for a prestige objective. Are we bringing a silenced pistol still? Because if we are, there's fire extinguishers all over Bangkok. So we don't need to bring an explosive because we are going to be running short on inventory space, what with everything that we're bringing along. What assault rifles have we got? The Sieger is probably the best looking of them, so we'll bring that along. And now that we've got our guns, we've got space for 4 points worth of gear. So we want a crowbar. That leaves us very little space for anything else. But we're also at a point where we don't need anything else, I think. I suppose I should probably pick up my emetic poison vial and pop it back in its briefcase. And let's go and kill a whole bunch of people on Bangkok. Oh, amazing. It's the hotel room start. This is what we were looking for. This allows us to deposit guns in places where they won't be picked up by anyone. And then when we've got a guard outfit, we can start murking people left and right. Our target's out on the roof, so they're not far away. Can we lure in a guard? No. You're not a guard. She can sit next to our gun. It's probably fine. I doubt she'll wake up and use it to go on a rampage. Now here comes another resort guy. I want the guards though, but they've buggered off. There's other places to get guard outfits, I'm sure, but no, I want these guards here. Plus we could lure them into the rooms then, couldn't we? We could put them behind 2 doors and then blast them. I just hope they're able to hear our briefcase being tossed like the woman did. Yes, amazing. So you come in. Bonk. You are in fact a witness. That's fine. Oh, hish, I didn't bring any poison, did I? I completely overlooked poison target being one of my things. And I am fairly certain that there is not going to be any sort of syringes on the level. We'd have had to make space though, and with our crowbar, space was kind of an issue. So, that's a cool screenshot, I think. And that's that man down. Here comes the other guard, which is nice. Did we get the guard or did we get the resort staff? Good. Same again. He's also an unconscious witness, but not for long. Say goodnight, friendo. And then there should be a third guard out here. Why am I still carrying my briefcase? It's empty at this point. Yeah, there's another guard. He comes in here. Good. Does he actually make our lives easy by coming into that bathroom? He does not. But he's easily lured, one supposes. Yep, coming in.
Okay.
Okay. So that's you lot out of the way. I think we will briefcase the shotgun. We could carry 2 large weapons now, but I would rather briefcase it and just have the 1 large weapon out, if we can do that.
Walk from there.
Oh, we can hear a courier.
A cafe or something.
Just down there. We have no pressing need for couriers though. There's what, 3 guards out here now? That can make life easy. If our accuracy is anything to go by.
Got gun, rapid fire! Give all you got! Will someone help me? Whoever is out there, will you?
Wonderful. Nice and smooth, drama free. What? What do you mean? You guys didn't see shit. I was going to say, why did that camera trigger? I guess it's because of the old crime stink thing where the whole area was hot, so anybody running in front of the camera looks a bit sus. But now we should be fine. They can all run around out there. We will make it double fine by hiding in our own bathroom. And now we just chill for a moment, and then we go and get the safe, which is... Ah, it's behind reception. Okay. Well, behind the bar area by the look of it, that leads out to the back bit. That makes shooting a fire extinguisher a bit trickier than we would hope. And the excitement's dying down, so let's make our move. Oh.
Don't tell me you don't know what went down here. Not here.
I don't know what went down here. Why would I know what went down here?
Freeze now!
Stay on the line.
It's clearly nothing to do with me.
We are at the safe room. Can we confirm the location is secure? Peterson?
Okay, we've had to sneak out of a door that we possibly can't sneak back in through because of our sus guard following us about. But that's cool. These security cameras aren't really an issue. Ken Morgan is being escorted back to his normal location, probably.
Gotta give you that.
And there is our safe. So,
What?
You don't want to ride
Damn.
home.
You throw like...
Not about that. There's a gap.
now with that fire extinguisher there, are we able to hit it from here without being spotted by anyone?
This piece of crap for like an obscene amount of money. I just gotta get the engine running.
A guest wants to buy your crap.
What the?
Cool.
Holy shit!
More panic. We like panic. And we don't even need the coins from it. We could wait for the panic to die down. Oh. Just walk straight past Enforcer like it's nothing. Yeah, we could wait for the panic to die down and then go and grab those coins. But it's not about the coins, it's about sending a message to safes. And I think we did that. There we have it. A pretty good start, I think, to the campaign. We did miss that poison opportunity on the last one, which was just silly of me, really. Could have easily brought a syringe along. But generally speaking, I think we've done fairly well. Is that going to continue, though, as the levels get more challenging and we get more targets and we shoot more loud guns? There's only one way to find out, and that's to join me next week. So until then, thanks for watching, friends.